Our community knows no boundaries. We are not confined by the physical limits of walls, or for that matter, of what often binds us, restricts us, holds us back. We are freer than we know when we release ourselves and each other from expectations of what is needed for true community. We are here together in space. I see you, I hear you, I love you. And I light this chalice, a beacon of this community holding us all together, here, now. Welcome to the Unitarian Church of Los Alamos and our video worship for Sunday, May 10th. Welcome into all of our homes. Thank you for welcoming us into your homes this morning. And let me wish you a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the stepmothers in our families of origin out there. Happy Mother's Day to all of the beloved mother figures in the families that we choose as well. Thank you for taking the time to join us and making this worship part of your special day. I want to invite everyone to come and join us for some coffee and some conversation afterwards in our virtual coffee hour. You can find the link for the Zoom room in the announcement that was sent out yesterday over our announcements email list, or you can find it in our virtual fellowship hall on Facebook. Take that link, click on it, and come join us so we can see your faces and you can see ours. I would love to talk with you after the service. And now, take some time to prepare yourself and enter into a worshipful state. Close out all the other distractions around you. Close your browser tabs, close out your phones, turn off the radio. Breathe in deeply and breathe out. Light a candle if you wish. Feel yourself grounded in the holy space that you are making for yourself. And let us begin in silence.
A reading by Kristine Nessler, a UU. This week, I've been thinking about all the women who have never heard the word mama spoken to them, but mother the world and all of us in it in the deepest, richest way. I'm thankful for all my girlfriends and mentors, those who have children and those who do not, who make me a better person, if only for a moment, because you've made me laugh or smile or cry, or just made me sit and wonder at the awesomeness of you and gave me another reason to love this crazy, messy, living thing we are all engaged in. Our culture is fixated on motherhood in a way that is detrimental to all of us. I don't believe that motherhood is the penultimate experience of being a woman. Being a mom is not the best way to be in this world. It's just one way. Love is the ultimate experience for each of us, men and women. It's the loving the world in a big way with all of your heart. Love of life and friends and the earth and kids too, but it's not the kids that make the equation amazing. It's the love. The loving, the giving of your heart and soul to your art and your friendships and your inner being. This Sunday and all days, big love. So if you are wandering around on Sunday thinking that it's a day for others and not for you, then this is for you. For all of you who will not have coffee spilled on you at 5:30 in the morning. For you who have never felt a desire for children. For you who have, but it never happened. For you who have lost your mothers, for you who have lost your children, for all of you wonderful women, I will think of you Sunday as I do many days, with a heart full of gratitude for all you give me. Sunday is our day, all who mother the love within ourselves and then with abandon, share it with the world. You rock my world, and I am grateful. And I am also grateful for all the mothers, the grandmothers, the stepmoms, the adopted moms, the moms of furry animals, the teachers, the therapists, the men who tap into their mother energy, those who teach us not to be constrained by a gender or gender roles, and to our Earth Mama. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Let us enter now into a spirit of prayer and reflection. We begin by lighting a candle for all of our sorrows this week, for everything that has broken our hearts, for everything that has weighed us down. We light this candle in remembrance. And we light this candle for all of our joys this week, for everything that has lifted our hearts and opened them up to the world around us, to all of our myriad connections. We light this candle in remembrance. Beloved Spirit of life, gracious source of all love, dear Mother, Father of us all, we gather together this day grateful for the time out of time which we are setting apart so that we might become more fully present to ourselves, to each other, and to that which we call holy. May our joys be celebrated together, our wounds be healed together, our hearts be opened together. Let us give thanks this morning for those souls that have touched and nurtured our own, the ones that sit with us in sorrow, the ones that have nurtured us, the ones that have listened to us, the ones that have given us unconditional love. Let us give thanks this morning for the source of life, the Mother Spirit that feeds these souls. May those who need comfort find that they are held by this community. May those who can give comfort find the strength to hold this community in their hearts. May we continue to remain present to the world in the coming week, recognizing the role we each play in the continuing story of life unfolding, that we are called continually by the Spirit of life to play that role, and that this call makes each of us worthy of all the blessings of creation. Heal us, rejoice with us, lift us up, and hold us safe in the week to come. All this we pray in the names of those known and unknown, present and absent, remembered and forgotten, in the names of all the helpers of humankind. Amen.
Reverend John, there you are.
Oh, hey, Crow, I've missed you.
I know. I've missed you and everybody at the church.
Oh, me too, Crow. It is good to see your face.
Yeah,
So it sounded from your text like you needed some help?
I do. I'm just feeling really sad today.
I'm sorry, Crow. What's going on?
Well, today is Mother's Day,
It is.
and usually I fly home to Oshkosh so I can have a little sea brunch with my mom.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no.
So you see my problem?
There's no traveling for you this year.
I have to stay home. I can't celebrate with my mom like I usually do.
Oh, that is so frustrating. I'm really sorry, Crow.
And now I'm wondering, what if I never get to visit my mom again? And then that makes me worry I'll never see anyone again. At least not in person.
Oh, Crow.
And now I'm just sad and scared and a little mad
I get that.
and also tired and a little bored.
You and me both, Crow.
So you understand. You get that everything is hopeless.
Well, no.
But you just said you were sad and scared and mad and tired and bored too.
Yes, I did.
So there.
And I feel hopeful and joyful sometimes and happy.
How can you feel happy at a time like that?
Well, I'm happy talking to you right now.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
See?
Hey, you fooled me into feeling happy.
No, Crow, that's just a thing that happens when I talk to my family and friends.
I see.
And it doesn't mean I don't feel all the other things. Some days I'm feeling all the feelings at the same time.
It is so confusing.
It is. And it's okay. That's what I need you to remember most right now for me, okay? Everything you're feeling is real. And it's okay to feel the way you're feeling.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to feel sad about missing sea brunch with my mom and feel happy about talking to you at the same time.
It's really okay.
Okay. Okay, but how do you feel hopeful? I feel like this is going to go on forever.
Well, I do my best to stay mindful, to pay attention to what's going on around me right here and right now. And I pay attention not to just what's happening in my home or in this room, but to what's going on in my whole community.
That is a lot to pay attention to.
It is. But there's a lot of good stuff happening. A lot of people taking good care of one another.
That's true. I've seen it.
See?
But usually don't know I've seen it until later.
So that's where the mindfulness comes in. It helps us pay attention to the present as it's happening.
How do I do that?
Well, I start by stopping whatever else I'm doing and just breathing.
Just breathing?
Just breathing. You want to try it?
Sure thing.
Okay. All right. Deep breath in and out. And in and out.
That helps. Now what?
How about I read you a story about how people are taking care of each other?
Okay.
All right.
Rainbows in the Windows by Jenn Blosser. Somewhere in the world, there was a child and their grandparent sheltering in place, just like you are now. And they were really fed up, perhaps a bit like you are sometimes. The novelty of being at home all the time and doing whatever they wanted had worn off for the child, and they felt bored. For the grandparent, it was less a feeling of boredom weighing them down, but rather a sense of hopelessness. They watched TV for hours, though how many hours remained a mystery. They had stopped keeping track of time, really. The days all blurred together, and they felt they had been doing this for so long. And then one day, when the child accidentally sat on the remote after getting more snacks and the TV accidentally turned off, there was something new reflected in the black screen of the powered-down TV. The child and their grandparent turned around to look out their front window and find the source of this reflection. In the house across the road from them, there was a piece of paper taped in the window, and on that paper was a colorfully drawn rainbow. Well, this was something new, something unexpected and bright and cheery and new. The child and grandparent turned to one another knowingly, grinning. In a flash, the child retrieved a sheet of paper and crayons and began to draw a rainbow while the grandparent fetched tape. A moment later, they gazed upon their window with pride. Their rainbow shone back across the street, joyfully mirroring the neighbor's window. What happened next was like magic. Every day, more cheerful rainbows appeared in more windows, all up and down the street. The child and their grandparent gleefully drew rainbows for each window in their home, watching their neighbors doing the same. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and all manner of other colors burst forth, seeming to shine through the windows, a cacophony of color. But the people didn't stop there. They continued to draw. Rainbows were taped to neighbors' doors, slipped into mailboxes. They were sent to care homes, to beloved elders who couldn't have visitors. Rainbows were left tucked under the windshield wipers of Uber Eats drivers' cars. They were left out for the delivery folks. People made rainbows to send to hospitals, scrawled with messages of gratitude and admiration for everyone working to help the sick, from the doctors and nurses to the custodial staff and maintenance workers. Stockers working hard in grocery stores found paper rainbows between cans of beans and corn, left waiting on the shelves where the toilet paper was sold out. Now families on solitary walks around the city go rainbow hunting. The child and their grandfather like to do this, taking paper with them to write down all the places they see rainbows hanging. The empty school, the corner store, windows of brownstone homes, even hanging from balconies 15 stories up. They make a list of all the rainbows emerging, logging each place where the colors shine into the empty streets. By now, you've probably figured out that this story is really happening all over the world right now. Folks are coming together in spirit while physically distanced to lovingly reassure one another with brilliant colors. The rainbows are beautiful, and to see them alone is a joy, but they carry with them a promise. The rainbows shine as a reminder of hope. We are in this together. The storm will end, and we will come out on the other side.
a rainbow in the window. It's a tiny thing, but it feels big. I wonder why.
So it's a visible way that people are taking care of one another in spirit. And I think it points to bigger ways people are taking care of each other.
The little things help you pay attention to the bigger things.
Yeah, that's it. It's a little thing, and it's sort of symbolic. But when you're seeing so many examples of people being selfish, the little symbolic things redirect your attention to the stories of people acting selflessly.
And that's how you can still feel hopeful.
That's part of where my hope comes from, yeah.
And then you don't feel sad or scared or tired anymore.
Well, no. I mean, I still feel all those things too. And I let myself feel them. But then I breathe. And I try to be mindful, and I try to get back to the hope.
How else do you pay attention to hope?
I stay in touch with friends and family.
Like we're doing right now?
We're doing right now. In fact, we should probably check in a little more often than we have been.
To help one another feel happy?
Yes, and to share a little bit of our own sense of hope with one another.
But this Zoom thing just isn't the same.
No, it's not. I agree. But it and some other means of digital communication, they're some of the best options we have right now.
And luckily, I am one tech-savvy bird.
You are an unusual crow, yes.
In the best way. And I have so many friends to check in with here.
And you don't have to just talk to your friends. You could eat lunch together or play a game together.
So much to do.
Just be sure to take a break every so often, okay? Video chats can be exhausting. I get tired after every one of them. And that can get in the way of mindfulness.
But there's one person I still can't connect with. I'm tech savvy. Mom isn't. And I need to let her know I'm thinking of her.
Well, there's always a phone call.
Even that's too high tech for Mama Crow.
Okay, so how about a letter?
That'll never get there in time. I need to let her know I'm thinking of her today.
I don't know what to tell you then, Crow.
Oh, wait. I know. I can send her a C-mail.
C-mail.
You know, all those clicking, grunting noises you hear crows make.
Sure.
It's like a crow telegraph. Crows all over just pass the message across the country.
Sounds like a good plan.
I better get started on my message. C-mail only moves at the speed of sound, not light.
All right. I'm glad you can still check in with your mom.
It's a load off my mind.
And you call me again if you need to.
And you call me if you need to.
All right, I will. I'll see you later, Crow.
Bye.
Bye.
May 10th also marks the 20th anniversary of the beginnings of the evacuations from Los Alamos during the Cerro Grande wildfires. I was not here at the time, but for those of you who were, I can only imagine that many of the feelings of anxiety and loss that we are feeling right now are so very similar to what you felt back then, wondering what would happen in the future and how you would all stay connected. I'm sure you were all, like Crow is now, looking for some sense of hope and ways to stay connected to one another. My advice to Crow this morning is simply that. It is my advice. It is ways I have found to cope with the anxiety and the stress of this time. Many of you still remember what it felt like 20 years ago to leave town, leave behind possessions, wonder if you were coming back, wonder what was going to happen next, and you too looked for ways to stay connected and to find hope in frightening times. And now, 20 years later, it seems like a good time to remember those means you found to find hope, to stay connected to one another. It's a good time, I think, to share those lessons with one another, and I would like to invite you to share what you have learned, both during this time and from those anxious times 20 years ago. Come and share them onto the wall at our virtual fellowship hall on Facebook if you have connected to us there, or send me an email with your remembrances and I can share for you if you so wish. I would like to see what sort of advice and comfort and aid we can give to one another during these times, from the lessons already learned and the lessons we are learning now. Take some time to think about it. Share if you will. Thank you. Once again, our community partners for the month of May for our offering are the Navajo Nation COVID-19 Relief Fund and the Pueblo Nation Relief Fund. The links to both of those organizations are here on the screen, or you can find them in the service notes below on YouTube or on our website. Please visit each to find out how you can help. Give as generously as you can, and may what you give bring you joy and into deeper relationship with this community. Friends, may life bless us and keep us, the light of life shine upon us and out from within us, and be gracious to us and bring us peace. For this is the day This is the one wild and precious life we have been given, so let us all find a way to rejoice and be glad in it. Go in peace.